Alright guys, so in this segment, I'm going to teach you all about Fibonacci. And the Fibonacci retracement tool is a tool that I use slightly different to other persons. Alright, I use it for a more intraday style to get profits on a day-to-day basis rather than for extension prices. Alright, so in order to pull Fibonacci efficiently, you need to know the market structure, and that's why we did market structure and all these other things beforehand. So just to reiterate the fact that everything now we are learning thus far, nothing is to be used by itself. Everything is to be used together. All right. So how do I pull my Fibonacci? Well, coming over here, where you would be seeing the Fib retracement tool here, I'm going to do my first example at this point. But this is the low and this is the high. So I'm measuring this retracement to go up, seeing that the market is creating this uptrend. So I will be pulling from the bullish candle to the bullish candle because it's an uptrend, wick to wick. So you would notice that the retracement on this particular area came all the way down to basically 61, and while the wick areas were a bit deeper, which is the 78 and 88. So how would I position myself to look for a trade here? I'm looking at the retracement in areas that I'm seeing conviction from, right? So what do I mean by that? Price is retracing. I'm looking at the fib levels. So first, I'm trying to look for support and resistance around this area, right? So you're going to be seeing that right here has some resistance, and I want to see tested as support, which worked out right here. So that's one, right? I use other stuff like imbalances, and which is called a fair value gap, and you can see there's one right here. So that's two. So I use different things to tell me which possible fib area might be the best to take this trade from. So after I see the price action afterwards, based on the fib level, then you have your target prices. First take profit being the 0% back up by the highs. And then I use the minus 27 and the minus 61. And what you could see in this example here, if I extend it across, that both take profits would have been hit eventually. Right? First take profit, second take profit hit afterwards. So not all the time, the two take profits based on the fib extension level will be hit in that one higher low to higher high point. But once you know the trend, you know that this take profit is still valid. You can probably look for re-entry, and that is where you would have gotten it here. So let me show you guys another example of the fib tool measuring a new wave. So for another example of the fib tool to measure this wave would be from this wave, because this is where the higher low was, bullish to bullish, wick to wick, right? And you could see that price retraced back to the 61. This had an area of support and resistance as well. It was at the 61 level, right? When it pulled back, this area here is something called an order block, right? So there's multiple different reasons. So once you have extra reasons to why the retracement level looks valid, it makes that area more high probability than the other areas. And you want to use the more high probability areas based on the fib. This is not based on the number of the fib, but it's based on the number of reasons other than the fib why that area would be more significant. In this particular example, support and resistance, and well, there's an order block here to then go up the road. What is usually an order block? Well, the order block would be those areas in between the waves that you see in these sell candles. Basically, it left some volume there. right? And not doing a whole topic on order block because not something I really pay much attention to, just an extra confirmation for the fibs. Right, so this again was another example where price pulled back to the 61 and well again it hit the extension targets here. Just to do one more example of the fib, we're going to use this higher low point to this higher high point, right? Bullish to bullish. And you will see that price pull back to the 50, close to the 61. Same thing, supporting, resistance. So you're using everything together and then it hit the extension prices. So again, Fibonacci is used to measure the retracement levels in the trend to anticipate where the next higher low is going to be in an uptrend or lower high is going to be in a downtrend. This particular example was an uptrend. So the 0 was on top and the 100 was below. It would simply be the opposite direction for a sell. Let me see if I can get one sell example for you guys before I end this tutorial. Okay, so the example I would like to use is over here because this is where I see perfect sell price action. And we're simply going to start from the top here to the low here. So what I'm going to do is pull my fibs from low to high. Actually, I pull this wrong, from high to low. So for the sells, you want the 0 below. And for the buys, you want the 0 on top. Because again, you're measuring the retracement up, so the numbers will get higher. So in this particular example, you see we pull from bearish candle to bearish candle, and price again retrace back up to the 50, very close to the 61. This is an area that I had highlighted that was support that turn resistance. If I drag it across, you would see. So wherever you have multiple reasons where the Fib level is also valid, that is why that retracement area would be the best. The bigger the retracement, the better most times, right? So from 50, 61, go up. So you want to try to get entries, but do not say you're only going to enter the 78 or the 88 or the 61 because the market structure is more important than the fibs. Keep that in mind. So yeah, this is another example of the fib, and where you can see that extension prices were hit TP1, 2, 3. So yeah, that's basically how to use Fibonacci.